A loyal subscriber recently asked, "Do a video on Ticket to Work and Able account and give all details, please." That single question opened the door to a topic that tens of thousands of SSI and SSDI recipients are curious about but rarely get clear answers to. So in this video, we'll break down exactly how these two programs, Ticket to Work and Able accounts, help you earn more, save more, and stay protected under Social Security rules. You'll learn how to work without losing your checks, how long your Medicare or Medicaid will continue, and how to build savings legally above the $2,000 resource limit. Before we dive in, let me ask you a question. Are you thinking about returning to work or saving extra money, but worried the SSA will cut your benefits? If yes, then you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to use these programs to move toward financial independence without risking the support you rely on. And if you have a specific situation, maybe you've started a part-time job, or you're considering opening an Able account, drop it in the comments below. I read every question and personally reply to help you figure out what applies to you. Also, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for Social Security posts so you never miss important updates on SSI, SSDI, Medicaid, and SNAP. We upload fact-checked videos with the latest SSA policy numbers and law changes to keep you protected and informed. Now let's get into the first program that can help you earn again without fear. The Ticket to Work program. The Ticket to Work program, TTW, is one of Social Security's most powerful but least understood initiatives. It was created under the Ticket to Work and Work Incentives Improvement Act of 1999 to help people with disabilities move towards self-support through employment. It's completely free and voluntary, meaning no one is forced to join and there's no penalty for not participating. The program is open to anyone aged 18 to 64 who receives either SSI or SSDI. Participants receive a virtual ticket that can be assigned to an approved employment network, EN or State Vocational Rehabilitation, VR agency, which then helps with career counseling, job training, resume development, and even job placement. One of the program's biggest advantages is its focus on reducing fear of losing benefits too quickly. SSA understands that many people want to work, but are terrified that earning money will immediately end their monthly checks or health coverage. Through Ticket to Work, you get a structured path to test your ability to work while keeping your support in place during the transition. You'll also avoid most continuing disability reviews, CDRs, while you're making timely progress toward employment, which means focusing on training or working goals approved under your plan. Thousands of success stories prove that this program works. For example, a 52-year-old woman in Texas who was on SSDI for spinal injuries used her ticket through Goodwill Industries, an employment network, to get office training. Within a year, she was earning $1,500 a month and still receiving partial benefits under SSA's trial work rules. By year 3, she was fully self-supporting and kept her Medicare coverage for almost 8 more years. These are the kinds of outcomes Ticket to Work was designed for, to turn disability checks into paychecks without risking the safety net you've earned. The Ticket to Work program is open to nearly every adult receiving SSI or SSDI who's between the ages of 18 and 64. That includes individuals with partial disabilities, mental health conditions, or physical limitations that still allow some level of employment. The program is entirely voluntary. You're never forced to participate, but the opportunity is there if you want to test your ability to earn income while remaining protected by Social Security's safety rules. Once you decide to join, you assign your ticket to either an employment network, EN, or your state's vocational rehabilitation, VR agency, both approved by SSA. These organizations then help you design an individual work plan tailored to your needs, whether it's part-time office work, online freelancing, or full-time skilled employment. One of the most important protections under Ticket to Work is that SSA will not conduct a medical continuing disability review, CDR, while your ticket is in use and you're making what's called timely progress. Timely progress means you're actively completing training milestones, certifications, or working toward your earnings goal as outlined in your work plan. This protection is huge because CDRS often create anxiety for recipients who fear losing benefits due to paperwork or reevaluations. While enrolled and making progress, you're essentially shielded from that disruption, allowing you to focus on rebuilding your career instead of worrying about losing your income source overnight. To illustrate, consider a 40-year-old SSDI recipient with chronic back pain who wants to switch careers into computer programming. She connects with an employment network through the SSA's Choose Work website, completes online training, and starts an entry-level job earning $1,200 a month. Under Ticket to Work, her CDR is deferred, her SSDI payments continue, and her new income does not immediately cancel her benefits. She gains skills, earns income, and builds confidence, all while remaining under Social Security's protection. That's the kind of real-world flexibility and dignity the program was created to provide. Many recipients don't realize how much protection SSA actually offers during the work transition. The foundation is the Trial Work Period, TWP, a safety phase that lets you test your ability to work for 9 months within a 60-month rolling period while still receiving full SSDI benefits no matter how much you earn. For 2025, a trial month is counted only when your earnings exceed $1,110. So, if you earn less than that, the month doesn't count against your 9 trial months. This is SSA's way of letting you explore work without penalty. During this period, you'll continue to receive your full SSDI check plus Medicare coverage while reporting wages monthly. Once those 9 trial months are over, SSA transitions you into what's called the Extended Period of Eligibility, EPE, a 36-month window in which you can still get your SSDI benefits in any month where your income falls below the substantial gainful activity limit. In 2025, that threshold is $1,620 for non-blind beneficiaries and $2,700 for blind individuals. This means even if you have high earnings one month and your benefit stops temporarily, it can automatically restart in any later month. You earn below SGA, no reapplication required. It's a flexible system that ensures you're never punished for trying to work. Another key safety net is expedited reinstatement, EXR. If your SSDI benefits end because you earned above SGA, but later your health worsens and you can't continue working, you can request reinstatement within 5 years without filing a new claim. SSA will temporarily pay benefits for up to 6 months while it reviews your case. This ensures that if your condition changes, your income source is quickly restored. Together, the trial work period, extended period of eligibility, and expedited reinstatement form a comprehensive safety cushion that allows SSDI recipients to re-enter the workforce confidently. Something many people don't realize until they miss out on these opportunities. Health coverage is one of the biggest fears for anyone on disability who's thinking about returning to work. But Ticket to Work provides extraordinary protection here too. For SSDI recipients, Medicare coverage continues for at least 93 months, that's nearly 8 years, after the trial work period ends. That means you can be working, earning income, and still have access to hospital, Part A, and medical, Part B, insurance long after your cash benefits stop. Even after that period, you can often purchase Medicare coverage by paying the standard premium, ensuring no sudden loss of health care. For SSI recipients, the law provides similar safeguards through Section 1619 of the Social Security Act. This rule allows individuals to keep their Medicaid coverage even if their earnings make them ineligible for SSI payments, as long as their disability remains and their income stays below the state's Medicaid threshold. These limits vary by state. For instance, around $40,000 in Ohio, $45,000 in New York, and over $55,000 in California as of 2025. So a person who earns $35,000 a year in Ohio could still retain full Medicaid coverage while working under Ticket to Work. That's crucial because medical costs can easily wipe out work gains if coverage were lost. SSA also offers the Medicaid buy-in program in many states for individuals whose income slightly exceeds their state's threshold. Under this option, workers with disabilities can pay a small premium to keep Medicaid coverage while earning well above the traditional limits. Combined, these rules show that Ticket to Work isn't just about employment, it's about preserving healthcare security. You can earn, train, and build independence while knowing your medical safety net stays firmly in place. Despite its benefits, confusion and misinformation often prevent people from using Ticket to Work effectively. One of the biggest myths is that any amount of earned income will instantly end your disability check. That's simply not true. The program was designed specifically to avoid that fear. If you participate properly, report your income, and follow your work plan, you'll stay protected through multiple layers of safety periods. Another myth is that you have to be fully recovered or able to work full-time to qualify. In reality, you can participate even with limited hours or part-time employment. The goal is to support gradual progress toward independence, not demand perfection. The second major pitfall involves failure to report wages. SSA requires you to report your earnings each month for SSI, or when changes occur for SSDI. Many overpayment problems arise simply because recipients forget to update SSA after a raise or new job. Overpayments can be stressful, especially when they accumulate over several months. That's why employment networks and work incentive planning and assistance, YPA counselors, help participants set up simple reporting systems through the SSA mobile app, My SSA portal, or local field offices, ensuring compliance and avoiding headaches later. Finally, self-employment is fully allowed under Ticket to Work, but it comes with extra responsibility. You must report gross earnings, business expenses, and hours worked. SSA uses a countable income formula for self-employed individuals, deducting reasonable business costs before determining eligibility. For example, a home-based graphic designer who earns $2,000 monthly but spends $800 on supplies and marketing will have only $1,200 counted toward SGA. Understanding these rules is vital for freelancers, gig workers, and entrepreneurs who want to balance independence with benefit protection. Now that we've covered how the Ticket to Work program allows you to earn money safely, let's shift to the second part, how to save that money safely using an ABLE account. The Achieving a Better Life Experience, ABLE Act, passed in 2014, opened the door for millions of disabled Americans to build savings and investments without breaking SSY's strict $2,000 asset limit. Before ABLE accounts, people on SSI or Medicaid were forced to stay financially poor. If their bank balance went just a few dollars above that threshold, they risked losing all benefits. ABLE accounts changed that by creating a federally approved savings vehicle specifically for people with disabilities. In simple terms, an ABLE account works like a special savings or investment account managed by the state, but protected under federal law. Anyone can contribute, the beneficiary, family, or friends. and the money inside grows tax-free if used for qualified disability-related expenses. These expenses are defined broadly by the IRS and include housing, healthcare, transportation, education, assistive technology, job training, or even basic living costs. As of 2025, the Able Age Adjustment Act has expanded eligibility. Anyone whose disability began before age 46, it was 26 before the law change, can open one. This expansion, effective January 1st, 2026, will nearly double the number of eligible Americans. This means that millions of additional SSI and SSDI recipients, including those who became disabled later in life through injury, illness, or chronic disease, will finally be able to save money in a way that doesn't disqualify them from benefits. For example, if someone was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at age 38, they would soon qualify to open an ABLE account and protect their savings. The intent of this law is clear: to allow disabled Americans to build financial stability, plan for emergencies, and gain dignity without being punished for saving money. Each ABLE account is administered by a state-run program, but you're not limited to your own state. You can choose from dozens of nationwide options, such as Able Now, Virginia, Ohio Stable, Calable, California, or Able United, Florida. These accounts operate much like 529 college savings plans. You can deposit up to $17,000 per year, based on the 2025 IRS gift tax exclusion. And those funds won't count against your SSI or Medicaid resource limits. If you're employed, you may also add extra contributions under the Able to Work provision, up to the amount of your annual earnings, capped at about $14,000 for most states in 2025. That's a potential $31,000 total you could save or invest in 1 year, tax-free. The key rule is that SSI will ignore the first $100,000 in your ABLE account when checking your financial resources. If your balance grows beyond $100,000, your SSI payments will be suspended, not terminated, until the balance falls back below the limit. That means your eligibility is preserved. Your benefits resume automatically once your account decreases. It's also important to remember that Medicaid eligibility is not affected even if your ABLE account balance exceeds $100,000, which provides enormous peace of mind. For someone trying to save for a wheelchair van, a home down payment, or medical bills, that's life-changing protection. Withdrawals from ABLE accounts are tax-free when used for qualified disability expenses, which are intentionally broad. These include things like rent, groceries, utility bills, internet access, transportation, tuition, or health-related purchases. If the funds are used for non-qualified purposes, the amount withdrawn may be taxed and penalized by 10%, but as long as it's spent on disability-related needs, it's fully tax-exempt. In short, ABLE accounts reward financial responsibility, not punish it. The tax advantages of ABLE accounts are substantial. All contributions are made with after-tax dollars, but once deposited, your savings grow tax-deferred, and withdrawals for qualified expenses are completely tax-free. In some states, contributors can even claim state income tax deductions or credits for putting money into ABLE accounts. For instance, Ohio allows up to $4,000 per year per beneficiary in state tax deductions, while Virginia allows up to $2,000. These incentives make ABLE accounts not just a safety tool, but a smart financial planning vehicle for families and caregivers supporting a disabled loved one. ABLE accounts can also integrate seamlessly with your SSI, SSDI, and Ticket to Work participation. For example, if you're earning money through the Ticket to Work program, you can safely deposit your new earnings into your ABLE account instead of a traditional savings account. This keeps your total countable resources under SSI's limit while letting you save for future expenses. It's a perfect bridge for individuals who want to test work build savings, and still stay compliant with SSA rules. SSA officially excludes ABLE account balances under $100,000 from resource calculations under the POMS I01-130.740 guideline. Another often overlooked benefit is that ABLE funds can also pay for housing expenses, such as rent or home repairs, without automatically counting as income if the timing is correct. For example, if you withdraw funds and use them immediately, for housing, SSA won't penalize you with in-kind support deductions. Proper timing and documentation ensure your withdrawals stay compliant and untaxed. This gives SSI and SSDI recipients a degree of flexibility never available before. You can finally build stability without losing the help you've earned. Many people confuse ABLE accounts with Special Needs Trusts, SNTS, but while both protect assets, they work differently. An ABLE account is simple, affordable, and controlled directly by the beneficiary. You can open one online in minutes and start with as little as $25. In contrast, an SNT requires an attorney, a trustee, and often costs thousands of dollars to set up. While SNTS are better suited for holding larger sums, such as inheritances, settlements, or life insurance payouts, ABLE accounts are perfect for everyday savings, wages, and personal expenses. The two can complement each other beautifully when used strategically. A major difference is control. With ABLE accounts, you maintain direct access to your money. You can check balances, use a debit card, or make withdrawals anytime for qualified expenses. With a special needs trust, a trustee manages the funds on your behalf, deciding what expenses are paid. ABLE accounts also provide greater privacy. You don't need court approval or legal oversight for every transaction, which can make daily life much easier for individuals with disabilities who want financial independence. It's also worth noting that while SNTS can hold unlimited funds, they don't offer tax-free growth or the same simplicity for work-related income. Many financial planners now advise combining both tools, using a special needs trust for large sums like inheritances, while maintaining an ABLE account for smaller ongoing savings and expenses. This dual approach maximizes flexibility and ensures continued SSI and Medicaid eligibility, no matter how complex your financial situation becomes. Opening an ABLE account is surprisingly easy and doesn't require an attorney or a financial advisor. You can visit your preferred state's ABLE program website like ablenow.com, stableaccount.com, or callable.ca.gov and enroll online. Most require basic information such as your social security number, proof of disability like an SSA award letter or physician certification, and valid identification. Some programs also allow guardians or family members to open accounts on behalf of minors or individuals unable to manage their own finances. The process typically takes less than 15 minutes, and you'll receive online account access and, in many cases, a linked debit card for qualified purchases. It's also important to notify the Social Security Administration once you've opened an ABLE account. This can be done through a written statement or at your local SSA office. Once reported, SSA will mark your account as excludable in its system, meaning balances under $100,000 will not count as resources. From that point forward, you can deposit, withdraw, and spend as needed. Just remember to keep receipts for any expenses, in case SSA ever requests verification. Having documentation ready ensures full transparency and avoids misunderstandings during reviews. Lastly, while most ABLE programs charge a small monthly maintenance fee, usually around $3 to $5, and optional investment fees if you choose to invest in mutual funds, those costs are minimal compared to the security you gain. Some states even waive fees for in-state residents or low balance accounts. The bottom line, You don't need to be wealthy or tech savvy to open one. ABLE accounts are designed to be accessible, empowering, and easy to manage, giving people on SSI or SSDI the freedom to save and plan for their future responsibly. The real power comes when you combine Ticket to Work and ABLE accounts together. Ticket to Work helps you earn, and ABLE helps you save. For example, imagine a 32-year-old woman on SSI who starts a part-time remote job through Ticket to Work, earning $800 per month. Normally, those earnings could push her bank balance above SSI's resource limit, but instead of keeping the money in checking, she deposits part of it into her ABLE account each month. This lets her maintain eligibility while saving for car repairs, medical costs, or rent, all while continuing to build independence and confidence. For SSDI recipients, the combination is just as powerful. Someone in their 40s using Ticket to Work can test new employment, enjoy the full 9-month trial work period, and set aside their additional income in an ABLE account for long-term goals. Since the first $100,000 in ABLE savings don't count as resources, even steady savers can build significant financial buffers. This dual setup also prevents overpayments, since ABLE balances are not treated as countable assets, a smart move for anyone balancing multiple benefit rules. From a broader perspective, combining these programs gives people with disabilities something that used to be out of reach: financial freedom with legal protection. Instead of living month to month under fear of losing aid, you can now plan for emergencies, education, or even small investments. Ticket to Work and ABLE accounts together form the foundation for a pathway to independence, one that balances responsibility, opportunity, and security in a system that finally rewards effort instead of punishing it. Since its creation, the Ticket to Work program has helped over 400,000 Americans move toward employment, with tens of thousands eventually achieving full self-sufficiency. Meanwhile, ABLE accounts have grown tremendously. As of 2025, there are over 150,000 active ABLE accounts nationwide, holding more than $1.5 billion in total savings, according to the A National Resource Center. These aren't just numbers. They represent people who've found hope, rebuilt confidence, and secured their futures while staying protected under federal rules. For many, these programs have turned isolation into independence. If you'd like to learn more or explore these options, visit choosework.ssa.gov to connect with employment networks for Ticket to Work, and ablenrc.org to compare ABLE account programs by state. Both sites are official, free, and full of tools to help you start. Remember, the sooner you get informed, the sooner you can take control of your financial future. Don't wait for a crisis to act. Build your safety net now, while you're eligible and protected. So as we wrap up, let's recap. Ticket to Work helps you earn without fear. ABLE accounts help you save without limits. Together, they give you the freedom to grow while keeping your vital benefits intact. If you found this helpful, please like this video, subscribe to Social Security Post, and leave your questions below. I personally read and reply to every comment, especially if you're navigating SSI, SSDI, or Medicaid rules.